Okay, Father Miller here. Welcome back to the Nerd
Boom!
Father. Happy
Hello, right
for
in.
us today. So we're still trying to figure out a right time that works for this because with two daily masses at my new parish, I have the early mass one week and then I have the later mass the next week. So, and my pastor is away right now, so I have to
Totally,
have both
totally.
masses. I don't know if you would appreciate
It's
the term we have.
yeah, yes.
We have a term to refer to the type of party we have when the pastor is away. Pig
What,
party.
what what type of party is that?
Pig party. Pastor is gone.
What do you do at a what do you do at a pig? What is a pig party like? Enlighten me. I have no idea.
Well,
That has
if I
many
was
different
20
connotations.
years, if I was 20 years younger, as a priest, it would just be a bunch of the guys would come over. We would hang out and enjoy some adult beverages.
Okay, that's not that big.
So how are
Yeah,
you?
I wasn't sure if you found a hobo, made him be a pig, then ate him. it could
No,
it
no.
could go it could go crazy. I don't know what pig party means, man. It could be anything.
It's a
I don't know.
priest thing.
We in rabbinical ceremony they didn't have pig party. We had closest we had was mishmar. Mishmar was like you had a thing where you stayed up late learning on Thursday night, and then you will go and have like there's this there's this stew that religious Jews have on Sabbath called chulet, which is basically imagine a big pot full of potatoes, onions, barley, meat, a few spices, and it just and meat, and you cook it right. That yes, or some kind of like dumpling sometimes, different stuff, right? But that's called chulant. So you would have a special mishmar chulant. That's a chulant and schnapps after you had a late night learning session.
So, so what is new?
I'm sorry.
What's new?
What isn't new? This week has been like
Well,
an explosion of newness in Doctor Who.
we got to be careful how we talk about it because, as I was telling the
I
rabbi before we
understand.
went live, my channel kind of got a little no because we were talking about the new Rose in Doctor Who, and I think the
But it
YouTube.
wasn't a strike, right? It wasn't
No, it
even a
wasn't a
warning.
strike.
It wasn't
It
a strike.
wasn't a
Me
strike.
too.
It's
I
just
got that
something
from my
was.
stream last night. My stream got locked to private last night because it was. Well, hang on, I'm going to read it. Spamming. Let me read the email again. Spam deceptive practices and scam policy. I'm like, no.
Let
I
me see
went through
what
that. I'm
mine
like,
was.
I think you meant to make me. I think I meant hate speech, but it wasn't even that.
Yeah, I got the same thing, but anyway. Oh, that reminds me. I do have one thing I need to show you before we
Okay.
really get underway. I found this video recently, and let me just reshare the thing. It's a British ad from 1991.
All right. Is it for gas?
Oh, oh no! I got two browsers open. Let me try copying it over to the other one. Okay, let's do this. Okay, hold on. Got it up. Let's see this. There it is.
Yes. I remember when this aired first time. I was like,
I had never
what?
seen it.
Scotty, beam us up! Scotty! Scotty! Don't worry, Captain. It's only a shower. It'll be the brawler, you Wally. Beam us up! Captain, I haven't got the power. Fine. Power! More power! Power. Uh-oh.
Well, he certainly hasn't got the power. Good afternoon. But you could have national power and power, Jack. To register for a prospectus in the generating company's share offers, call 0272-272-272.
Some of it was hard to
Okay, you want to know
understand.
something really weird, right? The really weird bit was this. The guy with the microphone who walked on, I think I think he was super famous in England. That was not Simon Callow, I can't remember his name, but he was the star of this show called Heidi High, which was very, very popular.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
you didn't even know he was a big deal too.
No, I've seen. I think I told you I watched Heidi High. It's on BritBox over here.
Oh, so
And
it's very bizarre. The whole thing was very, very bizarre.
The one that Dan just got me started on is To the Man Are Born. I started watching that for the first time last night.
Oh my gosh, really? I love To Man Are Born. Yeah. That's the early 80s. Yeah. You know what I just watched, which was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Severance.
Not heard of it. I don't think I have.
It's on Apple TV. It's on Apple TV Plus. Here, I'll share the screen grab. The thumbnail. I haven't recorded the review yet, but once I watch something and I like it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can do a review of that. There we go.
We got to talk the time traveler's wife.
It's on Apple TV. I have no interest in that. I keep trying.
Really? I thought you said you did.
And I have no interest.
I thought you said you had.
I did, but then I realized I really didn't. No, I said. Then when it came to it, when I was actually going to have to watch it, I was like, "Oh man, I don't want to put my time into this. This looks soppy. Leave me alone."
I mean, I would just say it's nice because it wasn't rushed like the movie.
So have you ever heard of this?
I think I did hear this. Is that where they forget the stuff at the end of the day?
Sort of. It's okay. So I went into it cold, and I had no idea what was going on, and it was really good that way. Because the first half hour, 40 minutes, they could be dead, it could be hell, you have no idea what's going on. But essentially, look, spoiler warning, you haven't seen it. You know what? Look, let me take you through the first half hour because it's brilliant. So this woman wakes up all of a sudden, and she's in this this office meeting room. She's asleep on the table, right? And there's a little speaker saying, "Hi, what's your name? Do you know your name?" And as she wakes up, she doesn't know anything. She starts freaking out. Says, "Okay, I got to ask you 5 control questions, and then we can move forward." Right. So the 5 questions were, "What's your name?" And she doesn't know. Where's she from? She doesn't know. Can you name a state? And she's like, Delaware. Fine. Okay, name a state. Can you name what's your profession and what's your mother's what color was your mother's eyes? Right? And she doesn't know, right? So she's freaking out, trying to work out what's going on. So then the story moves, and you see it again from the point of view of this guy, who's the guy who's asking the questions. And it's got this weird thing. He comes into work, he's crying, then he goes in the elevator, and there's this weird thing, and he's a different person, sort of. And then he's like, there's a whole thing going on with this office drama. Well, basically, he's got to welcome in this new person, and it's this woman. So essentially, what's going on is this: there's this thing called severance, which is a chip in your head which makes your memories geolocated, right? If you go into this area, you will only have the memories for this area. You won't be able to remember your memories from your life, right? And so essentially, you have 2 different people. You have two the people who are like inside the innies, they're called. They never get any time off, right? They as they go in the elevator to go downstairs, then it's them they're coming back in the elevator. Like it's like they never leave, right? They're permanently there because that's so. The entirety of their consciousness of being there. So you have this drama of what's going on inside the office, the thing, like what actually there's mystery, but there's an office drama, and there's mystery of what is actually going on, what the hell they're doing. And then you got the drama of what is going on outside with this guy. and it's so insanely compelling. It's just insanely compelling. And it really builds incredibly to a great finale.
So it's worth it then.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, so if Apple TV is $4.99, it's worth it for the month.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm paying the $6.99 for BritBox. I'm paying
Uh,
$15 for HBO. I got Hulu.
HBO
I
is
don't have-
ridiculously expensive. Like that annoys me. How expensive HBO is. Like what do you like? What? Who do you think you are? I mean, I'm paying it. Shut up. But what the hell? 15.
Yeah.
You're more. Are they more than Netflix?
Yeah, oh yeah, HBO is more than Netflix.
And they have a smaller catalog.
I don't know. I mean, I quit Netflix because there wasn't really much on there that I really wanted to see anymore.
Yeah, well, I think Netflix heard, didn't they? Everybody's been fired. Right, all the woke hirings are over.
Mm-hmm.
They fired all the woke content whatever management teams.
So, gotta say hi to some in the chat. Good morning, everybody. From I keep saying I'm gonna learn how to pronounce her name. I'm assuming it's a her.
Chrysanth. I worked out. It's like
Chrysanth.
chrysanthemum without the thumum.
So we got the R here. Let's see. A lot of people have been getting that spam notification, and it's weird because we really didn't talk too much about it.
That's interesting.
That's
was
true.
spam or was it hate speech?
So I had to put something where the cat was going after something.
Was
Darren M is here.
You got that for?
The what?
Was it spam or was it hate speech?
It's just a generic email, basically saying that your video went against the standards.
Yeah, but the reason it gave me was that. Peter, yeah, I am aware. I forgot, but I realized as the stream had started. Whoops.
Well, and I did reach the 1,000. I did go under 1,000 for like a few days at 99.99. So I mean, I got to really thank Gary and Comics Division because they really plugged it last week and been gaining a lot of subs. So now I just got to get the watch time before I start getting some of that sweet YouTube money.
Oh please, they'll take it away as soon as I've been demonetized for it. Again, if the good Lord is looking for anything to smite, Google will be great. Nothing would demonstrate the Holy One, blessed be He, might if He takes down Google, and we all have to go to Rumble, right? That's just what has to happen. Then, okay, then we're all cool with that. Listen, if that is your judgment, my Lord, I will accept. Of course, I'm not going to fight with that. But I would be down for that.
Trying to multitask, and Bosco wants my laptop. So I was just trying to think. She-Hulk looks horrible. Quantum Leap reboot looks horrible.
So bad. So, do you want to talk about the she who might not be a she and be named?
She-Hulk?
No, the Doctor Who.
Oh, I don't know. We got to be if we can avoid using pronouns.
Okay, no, absolutely. Because my whole premise, and this is actually the rest. I'm got a major video going out about it tomorrow, and it was 7 o'clock UK time, 7 UK, be 1 Eastern time, and I talk about 5 minutes in the news video that I put out today. But I'm really convinced that this is as long as this character is just a character and it's not like a focus, like if the character is the companion, then the show's about being trans, right? That's what it is impossible. It's like if the companion was a penguin, you wouldn't be able to not notice the companion was a penguin. That would be really, really that'd be interesting. It would be weird, right? It would be weird. It wouldn't like you'd be like okay and not notice, right? If it's just a character in the background, fine. Okay, we're all cool. Okay, if that's what being inclusive means, That's why, because there's a difference between inclusivity and dominance, right? Being a lot of times when they said, they wanted to be inclusive, they actually wanted to be dominant, right? They want to be completely dominant and not allow you to think anything different from them. But I think Ross D. Davis isn't going to do that because he might do, but I think he sees how inherently counterproductive and silly it is, right? I think is he going to integrate the Jodie era with his era? I don't know. That era is kind of hoping not, right? The rumor is Jodie's going to regenerate into Tennant on a mountaintop, right? I still will be surprised if we see Tennant in Jodie's special, right? I will be surprised if we see who she regenerates into. Doomcock came out of the video saying it was going to be Toby Stephens, but the BBC insisted on don't be silly. I love you, Doomcock. Love you. That's poo-poo. Right? That's really it's just that doesn't pass any level of sniff test. Right?
See, the problem that I had, and I was talking with Dan and Ian about that yesterday, is if they regenerate into Tenet, does that mean Tenet now becomes 14 and then Nucci or whatever the new one after that?
We don't know. We none of
the whole numbering system's been shot to where.
Well, I think it's going to be. I think everything's going to be reset back. Now, we don't know what this doctor is. I think he's a parallel doctor. He's got a sonic screwdriver, right? Maybe he's going to regenerate into a parallel doctor and not know what's going on. I mean, but again, if he's got his own sonic screwdriver, it seems that it's somebody who's already established then.
I just want it to be good. I mean, I'm going to give it a chance.
I think it will be. I think
my patience is limited because they have just broken my heart so much that
I hear this. I hear it. I think you're absolutely right. But I don't know. I'm optimistic, right? I mean, Star Trek.
I want to be. I really want to be. Go ahead, Star Trek. That's another thing we got to talk about too.
Yeah, Strange New Worlds. It's not. It's good. It's not bad at all, right? It's not bad at all. It's not like gripping, but it's good, right? I was watching it on my on my desktop, and as I got the screen grabs for it. so I when I do my review, because I don't really want to waste time watching it. As of episode 3, I transferred to my big screen on my couch. I was like, and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a bit brainless.
Yeah, but the thing I said, and for those watching, I know Man of War is here. He watched the stream yesterday and a few others, but I couldn't make it more than 5 minutes into Discovery, season 1, episode 1. I turned it off within the first 5 minutes.
At the beginning. See, I'm one of those weird hippies. I like Discovery at the beginning. I like the Klingons. I thought, yeah, okay, fine. They look different now. We've done this many times before.
Well, but the problem is, I'm not going to pay another $5.99 or whatever it is to get to Paramount just for Star Trek, because again, I'm paying BritBox, I'm paying Hulu, I'm paying
they got to make,
and I don't have as much time.
It worth your while. I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying, but it's for me. I get Paramount so I can watch a Survivor, right? But that's really what it's for, so I can watch Survivor. But that's why I get this as well. What is this?
Then we got this.
Oh, piss off! There's no way.
It looks like the cast from Inside Out. At the mind control panel.
Yes, it does. Very disturbingly. My basic premise in life right now is the culture war is over, and they've lost and we've won. Like all these decisions that are things that are going to fall flat on their face, that are obviously going to fall flat on their face. This is the last round. right? They can't do it anymore. Like, you know, Doctor Who, if they did it as long as they can, but they couldn't do it anymore, right? They got to make it somehow watchable and profitable, right? Because it can't continue that way. Same with, Spider-Man: No Way Home changed everything, right? And it really, really did. And people want to say, "Oh, look, we got what's that? Quantum Leap."
No, I just bought the box set not too long ago.
Oh, nice.
But the problem is, it's a cheaply done box set, so.
Oh, so I don't mind the sleeves.
Yeah, but I mean, I only paid $10 for it.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I mean, I shouldn't complain because I now have the whole box set, but it just the packaging's not the greatest. But you know, I have no desire to. I mean, do they really think this stuff is going to sell?
No, these are idiot children making these decisions, right? And eventually they're going to run out of money, which is what's happened, right? And there's not just that; they've lost the normies completely. You see, it was it was kind of viable when it was going on in fandom, when it was things like We Love being violated and destroyed. Because the normies don't really care about Star Trek or Star Wars or something, but we do, and they think it's weird that we care about it, but they don't really care, right?
Yeah.
So now it's crossed over into reality, and they've taken control of actual systems that control the world, right? And they created war, inflation, disaster, baby milk shortage. I mean, like, not looking at it from a spiritual point of view, but looking at purely from a, this world point of view. They have destroyed everything they've touched. And so people have very little patience for any BS now. Like, I just shut up, that's going to be $6 by August.
Yeah, and I'm driving to Dallas next month for Gary's get together. Ian is going to be there, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. But I'll tell you, gas is going to be expensive. Here, I'll show you this.
Yeah.
Let me play this.
But again, it's going to be $6 by August. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, here.
Like an electric's going to go up 20%.
Oh, I know where it is. Okay, here we go. I don't know if you saw this.
Oh my God, it's insane.
For a nationwide ban on all abortions with no exceptions for rape or incest. And if I've got that wrong, I would invite Ms. Foster to correct me. Do I have it wrong, yes or no?
If we added rape and incest exceptions, would you vote for it?
Okay, I reclaim my time, of course.
Oh, that's not the thing I saw.
I mean, oh dear. Just another red shirt said he paid $5.20 a gallon.
Wow.
I mean, up here it just got jumped up to $4.19 a gallon.
Right.
I was thinking I was going to try to make a Texas tour of the trip because one of the things I'm trying to do is hit the presidential libraries.
Right.
And then Texas, you got H.W. Bush's library, you got LBJ, and you got W's library. But if I go to HW and LBJ, it's going to add another tank of gas worth of driving.
More money. It's a lot of money now, isn't it? It's crazy.
I mean, I'm looking forward to going to Dallas.
In England.
How much is it?
Petrol's gone up 50%. Gas has gone up 50% in England.
Oh, gee.
That's crazy. Wow.
I mean, so it's almost to the point where I'm considering biking to school next fall to teach. Where if I can leave a half hour early, I might just bike to school.
Yeah. I mean, or you can get on the communal hay truck, which also will be the major form of transport at that time by fall.
I don't know. I don't
Like,
know.
have you ever seen Survivors?
I think I've seen an episode or two of it. Did
Yeah,
they
it's
remake it?
apocalyptic.
I mean, it's going to make the midterm elections really interesting.
Oh no! Well, what's interesting is, have you seen Chuck Todd freak out as super Trumpy candidate after super Trumpy candidate? He's like, but he questions the validity of January 6th. He's an election denier, like we all were from 2016 to 2020. Like everybody was. The entire world was an election denier, and then boom. Everybody stopped. They forget it ever happened. It was verboten to mention it. And if you ever did, if you're one of the people who acted like them, you were bad and you were crazy. It's
See,
you that's making it
my
us.
thing is, I don't get into the conspiracies, but the one thing I will say is if the media actually did its job vetting and not hiding the news like the New York Post
But they do
and
it
the
on purpose.
laptop and all that.
Electricity went up 50%, says PD, but still, that's equally bad. That's worse. That actually affects more people.
Here you go.
Also,
There's a comment for you.
the premiere being shown on the it's not live. I know. I screwed it up.
By
Okay.
location. By location.
By location. I screwed
He's
it
in
up.
two places
It
at
should
one
be
time.
finishing soon. It should have finished by now. It was like under an hour. All right. I figured, no one's gonna notice. That is correct. Yes, it was not live. It wasn't live. That's true. I never do those live. I just seem live. I'm very jovial. That's how it works.
Yeah, I didn't know how much time I was going to have after the 8 o'clock mass this morning. It turns out I could have done this a half hour earlier, so
It's fine.
it's okay.
It's fine. Yeah, no problem. But I'm still like it was juggling everything. When one's done here, I've actually got 45 minutes before synagogue, and I'm actually going to try and make it this week. I made it last week. It's so late now. I normally just want to fall asleep. Like my wife and kids all fall asleep on the couch. I'm like, I'm going on my own. That sucks ass. But that's why
how long does it last?
Let me think. About an hour or so for Friday night. Well, you see, now we have several groups. We actually have two groups. We have the main synagogue, which is where I go, where they have like real chairs and things where you sit down at. So that's like relatively dull, and we do like the prayer service. There's a little bit of singing, but nothing untoward, right? So the one next door though is the Kolbach Minyan. Now Kolbach was a rabbi who was very into singing, right? So they sing everything. It's this very big, joyous, singy thing, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm going to stay over here. I'm going to be quiet over here. I'll check my beer in the sideboard here. But when I'm done with this, I got to launch my. It's actually worked out well because they took my stream offline. I was able to take 2 bits of it. And actually, that's what's playing right now. I just realized on my live stream, about half hour into my live stream, I switched into a pre-recorded thing from my stream last night when I went over all the footage and all that stuff. So I didn't even think of it as being live, right? It wasn't like it was pre-recorded or pre-recorded. It was very strange, or me being live though, so it was very strange. But anyway, that's the only place you can see it now.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of the stream from yesterday. I might just download it, trim it, and re-upload it.
Yeah. I who knows? I mean, I get the thing is they won't tell you what's wrong with it. There's some algorithm thing going on. They're freaking out, right? They are freaking out. But I mean, I don't know. I think are they realizing they've lost control? I mean, we're hearing about the Twitter stuff from that the sting, the Project Veritas sting.
I saw that.
This poor Indian guy who's just said, "Oh yes, no, we are terrible people. We are terrible people, and we are overpaid, and we do not work. But we do censor a lot because we are terrible people." So I mean, like, whatever they do, right? how they're all like super copy. They're copy to death. But the thing that really freaked me out is that sometimes I work 4 hours a week, and they get a full paycheck because they worry about your mental health. I mean, how is this thing being run? How has this like been able to devolve into this? That's crazy, right? That is absolutely crazy.
Something
I think Elon Musk is, whether he buys it or not, is a wrecking ball that's taking this. That's going to take down this entire system. What do you reckon the chances that I know it's impossible to imagine, but what do you reckon the chances the Democrats get so desperate for the very first time ever, because they would never have done this before, ever done this before, but for the very first time ever in the midterm elections, they somehow try and cheat and do electoral fraud, right? And this time, because they've never done it before, ever done it before, right? This time they get caught. Like in an undeniable way that nobody can deal with, right?
The whole thing that the whole thing that's unpredictable now is how energized they will get about abortion.
As they're already dying down.
But I mean, the thing is, as that is one issue, when gas gets up to $6 by August, who knows what it'll be by November? It's going to be interesting.
Okay, it's about the economy, stupid, right? And like Clinton, it's amazing. Clinton is a really good right wing Republican right now, right? It's about the economy, stupid.
Yeah. But, the thing I heard on the TV yesterday, they might bring out the old comment: "Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago?"
Of course not.
Are you better off now than 2 years ago? I know I'm not.
Nobody is, right? Nobody is, right? Peter said you didn't watch Dan Howe's video on YouTube about why he quit YouTube and why and he was YouTube royalty in the UK. It turns out because YouTube is run like a student TV studio behind the scenes. I believe it. Yeah. I absolutely believe it. Yeah, with petty things going on.
I still remember this. I mean, we were kind of kidding. We should take pictures of the gas prices before Biden was.
I mean, you know what says everything? That everybody's looking for Trump's endorsement. Everybody wants Trump's endorsement. Nobody wants Biden to be anywhere near them. right? And of course, the election was 100% kosher.
Careful.
100% kosher. You know, I mean, it's just weird how things have changed. How he was the most popular president of all time, but the safest, most secure election. That doesn't sound fishy at all. That sounds completely believable. That's like, and you know how believable it sounds. It sounds so believable that if anybody doesn't believe it, I should jump up and down and scream. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. And then demand that he get put in a box and sealed there, and then thrown off a cliff into the ocean. Right? That's because I'm not insecure, but that's how believable it is. Super double, completely believable that it was the safest, secure most election for the most popular candidate of all time.
Kind of got to ask a different topic. Have you been watching any of the Johnny Depp trial?
Not really. I was never that invested in it. I didn't have any doubt that Amber Heard was pure evil. You know, Johnny Depp was a bit of a schmuck. I mean, but I love old Johnny. What can I tell you? But
I will say the Rikita law stream's been fun to watch. I mean, it's not that you're just watching the pure trial coverage, but you're listening to the commentary.
The coverage is great, but like at this point, I'm just waiting to see the come-uppers. Is there going to be any, or is this just like enough already? It has gone on and on and on and on and on. Yes.
What's going to suck for me is, so closing arguments are supposed to be the 27th, I think it is.
Right.
And I go on retreat. I have to make my annual priest retreat on the
30th. No! You got to reschedule.
No, I can't, because there's 3 priests here. There's 3 retreat opportunities. I can only go on the first because the second one is on the other 2 are on the other 2 retreats.
When you come back online.
I mean, I'll have my phone, but I won't be streaming or on social media
Well,
during
at least,
retreat.
at least we get to see it though.
I mean, I can watch it later. I mean, that's the nice thing with YouTube is you can come back and watch it later.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. What else is going on? I'm trying to think what else is going on. I just finished watching Star Trek: Brave New Strange New World. Good. Like it's a. I mean, here's the thing: you still get these like insane. But you can see there's still some woke people working there, right? Like whoever does all the hiring. There's this bit where number one takes command, right? She sits down. And I like Rebecca Romaine. They pull out a back, and it's like a female helmswoman and a female navigator. They pull back, and the bridges are women, and it's just stupid. Will you stop already? It's just silly. You know, it's and the other thing is, it's very clearly not in the same universe as original series.
Well, you got a character that might be a descendant or an ancestor of Khan.
Yeah, no, they deal with that in this episode.
Okay.
They actually say, "I am an ancestor of Khan." All right, they have her, and you feel a bit more about number one, but There's casting is way too female heavy, right, and it's silly. But other than that, it's inoffensive, right? It's not wagging its finger at me. It's just trying to be Star Trek.
Well, that's the thing. As I said, it has potential. I mean, I love the graphics. I love the scenery.
I love the graphics. Oh my god, I love the and that's what really makes it so watchable. Saying all that rendering of that beautiful original series stuff. It's so cool. Sorry, Rabbi, I've been too many times at the secret hideout. I listen. Okay, listen. I am not recommending this at all, but I worked this out. Right, I worked out who is it for. That's always a question you got to ask yourself. Who is this show for? And nobody could work out who Discovery was for. Like angry lesbians who like Star Trek. I mean, not a big demographic, right? So I didn't do that. Who was Picard for? People who watched Star Trek Next Generation and who only wanted to watch one episode of a show before they gave it up, right? Who was it for? This show, I worked out who it's for, right? And of course, I would say don't do drugs, kids. But if you do, smoke a lot of weed, like a lot of weed, and watch this, it won't be an awful time you have. All right, that is kind of designed for that. It's very, very it's got that druggy haze to it. That would look very good. I mean, that's what it's for. That's what it's for. That's who they're. And I think that's a big crowd, right? I think that's a big demographic they're going for.
See, if I do decide to watch the next few episodes, I'll wait for the whole series to be out. Right. And then I will pay the $5 for the 1 month of Paramount, and I'll just watch it then.
Yeah,
I'm not going to.
Totally.
If it's going to be a 2-3 month series, I'm not going to pay $15 when I can just watch it.
Is it available internationally anywhere?
I don't know.
Because I have Paramount Plus. Again, I have it for Survivor, which I do enjoy. I have it for Survivor and the Star Trek shows, which I edit, but which I watch.
See, I did get Paramount Plus. I think it was around Thanksgiving time because they had a Black Friday subscription, like 2 months for $2. And I figured it also gave me a chance to watch the South Park special they had.
Which one was that one? I thought it was on HBO.
The post-pandemic special, which takes place in the future.
They've all been pretty good, though.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. I mean, unless I can get it for dirt cheap, I'm not going to. I don't have the time to have all these subscriptions. I mean, heck, you see all the stuff. This is just a fraction of the stuff I have in the background.
Exactly, and it's they got to make it worth your while, which they haven't been.
Well, heck, I mean, again, I just I just bought this in February. I haven't sat down and watched it yet. So I mean, this has, let's see what it says. 76 hours.
There you go. That'll keep you busy. But this is why I'm saying the culture war is over, right? The culture war is over, and we won. Why am I saying that? Is because none of this stuff is financially sustainable anymore, right? It just isn't. You need people to want to watch something, and everyone's just had enough. Everyone's had enough of all the whining and the screaming. It was okay when people had money, but that's over now, right? Yeah, people aren't so tolerant anymore. They're broke, right? They don't want to hear about you anymore. It's
So one of the things I've been watching, I mean, I've seen episodes from time to time. I've been rewatching the original Wonder Woman from the 70s.
I don't think I could do
I
that.
mean, it's just it's horrible, but it's fun.
down.
I mean,
I liked how they went from like the 1940s, and the next season they're suddenly in like 1970s. Whoa, what happened there?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, it's like Lyle Wagner's an idiot.
I don't know who that
can't
is.
make the connection that he's whatever. But I mean, it's fun. It's a fun dumb.
yeah, and Linda Carter puts her all into it. It's I get it. It's silly fun. It's somewhat weirdly innocent.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, I'm going to keep it just because I'm watching The Time Traveler's Wife. The only complaint I have of it so far.
Yeah, so can you explain it to me? So what actually? Because I don't want to watch it, but what actually is the deal there? He keeps time traveling.
It's going to deal with a lot of paradoxes. It deals with a lot of paradoxes because he appears to his future wife when she's 6 over the course of like 150 times. And then she meets him for the first time when she's 20, but he hadn't met her yet. So she's used to a mature version of him, but he's kind of a jerk when she sees him for the first time. So she's trying to find out what makes her fall in love with the guy that he will become. And it's just a bunch of time paradoxes, free will type stuff.
Don't understand how it works. Like why is he time traveling?
Well, it's a genetic disorder that he has that allows him to travel through time. He doesn't know really how to control it.
Right.
The only complaint I have on it so far is that it's definitely a hard R-rated show, mostly because they keep showing his backside.
Yeah, that's a silly
reason. Why? I don't need to see, I mean, okay, the problem is when he travels in time, he's nude. He shows up wherever he's at nude. Well, okay, we know that. You don't have to keep showing us his rump.
Well, wait, okay, so when he's traveling in time, let's say he's like present day and he's talking to his wife and suddenly he travels in time. Where does he go? When does he come back to that time?
Mostly it's that he's going back to the past. The show will kind of explain it. It's been a few years since I read the book.
Right.
I just kind of remembered it's a love story.
Yeah, I know I'll give it a go. I keep saying I'll give it a go, but I like Brave New World because it's just kind of stupid, right? This seems like it's reasonable quality. I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. Quality.
I mean, the thing is, they made a movie back in 2000,
right, with Eric Bana,
right, and Rachel McAdams,
right,
and it was nice. I mean, it was a good movie, but this is able to flesh out the book more.
Like movie. What?
Well, this is able to flesh out the book more. So, I mean,
right.
I just don't like. Okay, so with Good Omens, I don't know how they're going to do a season 2.
Well, Good Omens, I think they'll do a different story with the two of them set in that world.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, as I tell people, I don't take it seriously.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's kind of not on board with our worldview.
I mean, the idea of an angel and a devil being friends is
it's fun. It's silly.
theologically, it's not. It's silly fun, but it's not realistic.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I like that it's kind of like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the it's what the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is, a science fiction to theology, which is kind of cool.
I just re-listened to the audio play not too long ago.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, it was always a shame that they never managed to make a series of movies out of it.
Well, the movie reboot, I was excited when the movie came out back in 2004, I think it was, but the movie was horrible.
But there was so much about it that was good. I mean, I liked what's his name? I liked the entire
Freeman was good.
I was like Safer Beatable. What's his name? Norman Rockwell.
I can't remember. I didn't care for Ford. I mean, that was a race swap there.
But it didn't bother me, right? But yeah, he lacked charisma. Which is kind of weird because he looked like a charismatic guy. So I like the design of it. I really don't know why it fell so flat.
Well, the ending was not exactly.
I mean that did it. It was like we're here. We are having a sequel, please.
I mean it's bad to say. I don't think I've really seen it since seeing it in the theater. I don't really remember the ending, but I just remember I didn't like it.
It's the sort of thing that I think they have it on Netflix. It's the sort of thing they would have on Netflix.
Well, but even if it's available to stream, I don't really want to sit down through it again.
It's the sort of thing I would skim through when I'm trying to find something else to watch.
I mean, I watched on sabbatical. I rewatched the whole Good Omens in one day.
Oh wow, that's like 6. I think it probably goes better.
It's a Saturday, so I mean, on Saturdays was a day off for us. I mean, in my room working on a few things, and I just watched it.
Okay, I guess so. I mean, have you ever seen Neverwhere?
Through it, but the what?
Have you ever seen Neverwhere?
No.
That's pretty good. It's from the 90s, right? It's based on a Neil Gaiman book. Like it stars. It's okay. This guy falls into like London Below, which is like a fantasy dark reflection of London. So yeah, London has a lot of like weird names for places, like Elephant and Castle and the Angel Islington, and so he turns all these places into people. So you have the Angel Islington, right? An angel, right? And it's like it's a very like kind of cheap budget thing, but it's really cool. It's a really cool, weird, dark fantasy. But it's in this. It feels like a much better version of Good Omens.
And what is it called again?
Neverwhere. I think, is it Neverwhere?
Okay, it's BBC.
Yeah.
It's only one season, looks like.
Yeah, 6 episodes. It was awesome. It's on BritBox. It should be on BritBox.
Well, I found an episode on YouTube.
Is it the first one? And great titles as well.
Yeah, Door. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's really good. It's again, and it's great. It's a great little story.
I'm trying to find Backstorm is the one that I was just introduced to not too long ago. It has Rainn Wilson from The Office in it.
Right.
Let me see. I'll bring up a clip of it.
Backstorm is what happens when you have a particularly violent curry.
Ugh. I had some curry on break, and that was pretty good.
I love
Here we
curry.
go.
What do the following have in common? Hypertension, hepatitis, enlarged heart.
I got them all, and you could use them to fail me out of my job.
Are you still drinking?
Absolutely not.
When a patient says absolutely not, he's absolutely lying.
If you Hindus are so smart, how come 98% of you live at the dump?
This is my prescription.
Make a friend? What am I, 6?
You have 1 week to fill the prescription.
Dr. Deb, 2 things. 1, knowing I don't have long to live gives me the courage to do what's right. 2, Deb is a girl's name.
It's pretty
I
cool.
want to see more.
Yeah. It looks good. It looks good.
It only lasted a season.
There's a lot of like one season wonders. Like, somebody should put together like a coffee table book of them. Like things that only went to pilot somewhere. Like there was this really weird pilot in the early 90s on Sci-Fi Channel, this like hour-and-a-half movie where this guy goes to it's a sort of weird sci-fi sword and sorcery thing where he goes to this other kingdom. Well, the complete directory to okay, now you're talking.
And it's also very small type.
Oh my gosh! What years are it? Is it like what year does it go up to?
This is a used copy. I think it looks like 2003, which is fine with me because that's usually when TV.
I'll probably be able to get a Kindle version.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of the more interesting offbeat shows I want to discover are between that period.
Yeah. I still always love Red Dwarf. Did you ever get into Red Dwarf?
Oh yeah, I rewatched it on break as well.
Oh, cool. Did you see the latest one?
Back to Earth, or no, not Back to Earth. The one where they discover Lister as the god.
Yeah. I thought that was good. They were supposed to do a bunch more, right? But then they got into like this litigation. Is it over yet? Or is it still going on?
Yeah, that's right. Lister got in trouble. The actor that plays him got in trouble in real life, I think.
Oh no, I think he got out of trouble. No, I think it's was it Doug Naylor was suing Rob Grant was suing Doug Naylor to take control of Red Dwarf, or something along those lines. I did a video on it at the time, and like Red Dwarf fan was pissed. I'm like, I just read the video.
The problem I originally had with Red Dwarf was whenever I saw it, it was not in order.
Oh well, that's good. Yeah, you got to watch those seasons together.
Yeah,
otherwise
that's the thing. And I think it was about a year ago that I actually sat down and watched the whole thing from start to finish, and loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine not seeing it in order.
Well, but that was the problem because it was always on public television over here. It wasn't necessarily in order.
Yeah.
So I mean, you didn't really get to build up that connection with them.
Well, I mean there's a lot to that, because it really did. You really do need to grow with it. Like I was watching it from the second episode, I think.
Well, I got hooked on it. I mean, I tell you, I mean, I think it was the British Empire, not British.
Oh, that was fun. That's fun.
Love that show. And then, I mean, as I was telling Ian, that's one of the shows I can't get over here. We cannot get we can't get a Region 1 copy of Heidi High. We can't get a Region 1 copy of the British Empire. It's just not available over here. Okay. So if I want to watch it, go ahead.
Okay.
Well, no, I was just going to say I have to buy a region-free DVD player if I want to watch it. If I want to buy the DVDs to be able to watch it.
You're basically were now, aren't they?
Well, it's on our Brit box.
I mean, man, somebody just put something out. Okay, what was the name of the book? Do you remember? I think this is. It's hard to read this. So I'm looking at one of the pictures of the set filming, of the location filming for the new Doctor Who, and it looks like, I think this is a fake. I can't tell. It looks like you got the Doctor reading that book that Amy Pond wrote.
Oh, I did hear about that.
But it looks like he's wearing a brown jacket in that one, so I don't understand.
Bobby,
and it could be photo.
Blake 7 hasn't been released over here yet, but it is now on BritBox, along with Ashes to
Well,
Ashes.
I wish they would do a remastered version with new special effects. Oh, breaking news! Time Fracture, the Doctor Who immersive adventure, closes 3 months early.
Gee, I wonder why.
Why? It's because Jodie was so successful that people had enough of Doctor Who just by
Well,
watching a little bit of her, and they didn't
I
want to
would
go.
just say that ad promoting it, and I won't use the. I'll just say somebody of the T community, somebody from the T community, and hopefully that won't get me in trouble with the overlords. That does not exactly. Whatever.
I don't understand. Why is that normal?
Because how is that supposed to get me excited to go see? I mean, even if I lived in England, how is somebody that's coming off a walking stereotype, how is that supposed to get me excited to go see?
I don't know. But I mean, again, I don't think the drag queen children's hour is a good thing.
No.
Right? I don't think it's a healthy thing. I think it's a good thing for society.
No.
So I you know, it seems to be a bit of a leap to go from saying trans visibility to you must have drag queens. No. One is definitely a sexual fetish. I'm sorry. The drag queen thing is a sexual fetish. It might be fun. You might like it as well. Lovely. It's still a sexual fetish. You know, it's not good for children.
No.
You know, I would love to ask these people, why is there an age of consent? Look, why? What's different? And they'd be like, well, there shouldn't be. It's repression. What can you do?
Fun note, we're coming up to the bottom of the hour, I guess.
I guess.
So what do you got coming up?
Sabbath. So I have a video that premiered just before we started. Foolishly, when I went over all the new news, and then as soon as I go off, I'm going to do the review of SFX magazine. Again, it's from my now banned. Absolutely banned. You can't see anywhere live stream for me scamming you or by deceptive practices. How can I be more open and honest? Really, I don't know. I mean, I opened the show talking about how I had a row with my wife for like 10 minutes on yesterday's show. How much more open do you want me? For God's sake, no, you don't want to see any more. You don't want to see any more. Anyway, so I got the SFX review. Then tomorrow there is the in-depth review of the Battle of Ramsgård of Kolos, the epically underwhelming season finale of Jodie Whittaker's first year of Doctor Who. Oh, that went so incredibly badly. Very, very, very bad episode. And then I got this. It's an hour-long video, right? It's an hour-long video, which I really hope people watch. Trying to talk about this culture war thing and where we were, you know, what reactionaryism is and looks like, and how we don't like it ourselves. So I'm trying to suggest that not to do that, not to do something that looks like that. So and it's an opportunity, right? It's an opportunity that we can all just go back to having a normal fandom where we disagree about Doctor Who. Like, it's incredible. As soon as this shadow of Whittaker going, you just feel it like the sun coming out again. You can go back into normal Doctor Who groups again, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
but I'm still of the persuasion that there's clouds near the sun as well.
Oh, well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, again, it depends how.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Honestly, there's more reason to be optimistic than pessimistic right now, but time indeed will tell. By the way, and again, I do think where the world's going to be by the time it airs, which is in a messianic new world, new order, right? It won't be flying anyway. Listen, if my Bible thumpy worldview of reality is correct, they're probably going to edit these things out before it airs, and that's not me saying, "Oh no, I don't want visibility." I'm just saying, if we hit a messianic age, that's probably what everybody would want to do.
So with that, I think we'll wrap up. I'm going to go live again this afternoon. I decided I can do the Friday afternoon stretch now because my schedule this fall will allow me. So I'm going to start doing that, pushing for the 4,000 hour mark and hopefully no strikes. So with that,
you be
we'll
careful
wrap
out there.
up. I'll be able to do the 8 o'clock stream next week. So that would be 2.5 hours before this.
Okay.
So it'll be an earlier stream next week on
okay.
your channel.
No problem. No problem. We will work it out during the week.
Okay.
Very good.
So with that, we're hitting the end button and we're waiting.